Awesome! Great job getting through hammer candles and candlestick setups. Those are awesome, awesome, awesome ways to learn more about your charts without even putting anything on them, which is sweet. So with that said, we're going to get into our first indicator here, and that is RSI. This thing is absolutely killer, and it works wonders for identifying swing trades in collaboration with stochastics and MACD. Very, very, very great indicator. So by default, your look back period is going to be 14, whatever so if you have like months or weeks or days or whatever, it's 14 units, okay? This is really, really good for identifying like overarching like trends. So say going up and left to right there, you would look sort of at the bottom and you would look at the RSI and you would say, well, what's the RSI doing? If the RSI is following it, that's really good. And maybe if there's like divergence, um, and this is going up and the RSI is going down, that could be like divergence, which is super cool. Divergence is huge with these trades. If you see divergence like this, RSI is dropping down, price is going up. A lot of times that's an indication that it should kind of come back down to those moving averages, so that the RSI can go back up. So really cool little sneak peek there at divergence. But with the 14 look back period, you're really able to identify those overarching swing trade trends and figure out sort of where that stock's been, where it likes to go, and where it is right now compared to its history. Remember, with the RSI, it's an oscillating indicator, so you've got it going from 0 to 100, and your key levels, just like other oscillating indicators, are 80 and 20. So you want to see oversold at 80, overbought at 20. Or oversold at 20, overbought at 80. My bad. Yeah, so when it gets up to 80, it's super, super high. The stock is super, super high, and it's probably going to come back down soon. Same thing at 20. It's super, super low. The stock's been very much oversold, and will probably bounce back up. Now, with the most look back periods, especially if you're looking at like weekly charts or daily charts or monthly charts with these swing trades, the look back period of 14 isn't really going to help you as much. It kind of just looks flat and long most of the time, and it usually doesn't enter these extremes above 80 and 20. And so because of that, what I've started to do, what I've been using for a very long time is something that I learned from a trader is super, super, super useful, and it's using a look back period of 2. This is something I would have never thought to do. In Yahoo Finance, when you add RSI, the default's 14. All you have to do when you add it is change 14 to 2, or just like click it and it change the 14 to a 2. And what it does is really interesting. So instead of having like a stable indicator that goes up slowly, down slowly, and it's really boring, with the look back period of 2, it's much, much, much quicker. So you go up and down and up and down. And all of these are outside of the 80-20 range. So it gives you really, really, really good buy sell levels. And these complement other indicators very, 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 very well, much better than just a slow moving RSI with a 14 period look back. So I definitely recommend that when you're doing swing trade, you add this 2 period RSI to your charts, and it's really going to help you identify temporary top bottoms, temporary tops, so you can get in at the lowest price possible and sell at the highest price possible based on the current pricing trends of this local market for whatever the company is. So really powerful little trick right there you can use to sort of warp RSI into sort of like a boring version of stochastics into a super cool friend, 2 period RSI that goes absolutely berserk when the stock goes crazy. And that's a really nice little strategy. You look at this, it's like a 14 period versus a 2 period. It would go crazy here, down there, crazy, crazy, and it gives you a much more clear picture of when to get in and when to get out because it's very much exaggerated, right? And so that's the point with it, is to really make it pop, really make it spark, and as soon as you can do that, you can get in. So if you see it really, really, really low and the price is really low and stochastics are low, MACD's low, stuff like that, that would be when you would buy like a call. Similarly, if it goes up and up and up and up and everything's super crazy high, that would probably be when you buy like a put. So a lot of really good strategies there. All you're doing is leveraging, these indicators, and then you use that as fuel to go and make the trades and trade the options and get in the positions that matter. So awesome, awesome stuff, guys. Super cool. We can apply it. Hope you can absolutely crush it with the RSI. Really just try to combine it with the other indicators. But if you see this thing is super oversold, definitely consider putting a call option on it. And again, if you see it's really overbought, um, then you can consider putting a put and guessing that it'll fall and fall and fall and fall. And that's what people do all the time, just using the RSI, again, the 14 and the 2 period. Very strong setups and indicators. And you want to really see them at those extreme 80-20 values that are going to show you exactly where you have the highest movement in stock. Personally, like the RSI, specifically the 2 period RSI, it works really well in conjunction with other indicators. It's not as good like all on its own, just because a lot of the time it kind of just goes up and down over and over and over and over again because it is such a short look back period. So it really does help to have another indicator you can compare it to, like the ones we're going to talk about pretty much like immediately right now. So definitely a great way to make sure that the position you're in, kind of clarify it and qualify it, and then bring it over to that next step of actually making the trade on it because you know that the RSI looks good and should continue to look good. So cool stuff, guys. Thank you so much for watching this module. Have an amazing day. I will see you in the next one. Woo! Thanks.